York, and we are proud to be in the Bronx for Game 3 of the 2001 World Series. Security at an all-time high outside, but once inside, these fans are ready to make some noise for their Yankees, down 2-0 to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The security was so intense, it was like an armed camp. I have to go through 2 metal detectors and be frisked to go to a baseball game now. All right, if that's what it takes, I'm going to my game.
The stadium was searched for 2 days in great detail. It was guarded.
Walking into the locker room and seeing a bomb dog go through your locker.
You go through the magnetometer, hand search. This had another level of intensity to it. I remember seeing guys holding automatic weapons, and I remember thinking to myself, this is now my America.
I walked into the Oval Office and said, look, the reporting tells us that there may be an attack that's bigger than 9/11.
Another reason for the heightened security was the appearance of a guest from Washington.
This should be a special night. President Bush is slated to throw out the ceremonial first pitch.
I got on Marine One and choppered toward Yankee Stadium. And I remember looking down at the World Trade Center site, and my memories flashed right back to the emotions of that day, the sadness. And so that was on my mind as we head into the Yankee Stadium. The agent said, you'll be wearing a bulletproof vest. And I didn't say to him what I felt like saying, which is, hey man, I got to throw the pitch. I generally thought it was very important to accommodate the Secret Service. Their job was to protect me, and therefore I wanted to make their job easier, not harder, and so I put it on.
Secret Service agent on the field, and so I am going to dress as an umpire. He had communications, he had guns, he had things hooked on the back, he had things hooked on the front. And I said, how are you going to hide all that stuff? He says, don't worry, he says, it'll disappear.
And he's wearing his bulletproof jacket, and he's getting his arm loose, and Derek Jeter comes up to him.
Hey, Prez, how are you doing? Good, Derek. That's good luck tonight. Thank you, sir. He said, say, I hear you're throwing out the first ball.
So I just asked him if he was going to be throwing the first pitch from the mound or in front of the mound.
The president said, I think I'll throw from the base of the mound. Jeter said, I want to do that if I were you, Mr. President.
And I told him, you better throw it from the mound, otherwise you're going to get booed. I said, this is Yankee Stadium.
I said, okay, I'll throw from the mound. And he's walking out, and he looks over his shoulder, and he says, don't bounce it, they'll boo you. Don't bounce it, they'll boo you. And all of a sudden, the pressure mounted.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise? And let us now take a moment to remember the tragic events of September 11th, 2001, and the brave men and women who are now overseas fighting to defend our freedom and our way of life.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The gravity of the moment never really hit me until the first step. I'd never felt what I'd felt before when I walked out of that dugout.
And he's walking out there with this determination of, can't be stopped.
President Bush is standing out there like a brick wall. I'm not afraid of terrorists. I'm going to stand all out here. I'm going to give you a thumbs up, and I'm going to throw a strike.
President walking out to the mound to thunderous applause wearing an FDNY blue jacket.
I remember the noise, and it was deafening. I remember looking around the stadium at this giant crowd.
place just went berserk. Here's the young president of the United States handed this awful baton to run with, and he stood up and basically said, "F*** you."